So Donald Trump went on a late night rant about former Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Jeff Duncan, saying, well, he was a loser, could never get anything done, good riddance, glad he's leaving and becoming a Democrat. And this is all because Jeff Duncan came out and said he's no longer a Republican. He is officially joining the Democratic Party. Now, Jeff Duncan was the former lieutenant governor who was lieutenant governor of Georgia during the attempt by the Trump administration during his first term to force Georgia to find the votes necessary to have Donald Trump win Georgia. And even winning Georgia that way wouldn't have been enough to stop the election results from being what they were. But I think Donald Trump wanted to use Georgia as a starting point. Because if Georgia said, well, we found enough votes, Donald Trump actually won by one vote, he could turn to the other states and say, well, Georgia did it, you do it too. So Donald Trump goes on this late night rant against Jeff Duncan. But why? Well, I think part of it has to do with Donald Trump right now is very worried about the midterms. They're worried about Senate seats. They're worried about House seats. They're worried about governor races. And right now, there isn't a major front runner for the Republican Party in the Georgia governor race that I've seen. Everybody they've talked to or talked about it has said, nope, not running this time. And now they're worried that Jeff Duncan may run as a Democrat and he could potentially win the Georgia governor race. And Donald Trump knows that if there's a Democratic governor in Georgia, that's one less friendly state to help get things done the way he wants to do. He wants to be able to pressure them to do things like redistrict, like Texas is trying, or Florida, or Indiana. And if you have a Democratic governor, they're going to say no and not help him out. So I think that's part of what has Donald Trump worried. Besides that, Jeff Duncan has been still kind of a high-profile name. That speaks very loudly against Donald Trump. And Donald Trump doesn't like that. He doesn't like anybody he sees as disloyal. He doesn't like anybody who speaks out against him. Everybody should just fall in line and love him the way he thinks he deserves to be loved because he's the greatest. He knows more than everybody. All of that stuff. We know how Donald Trump acts. So that's what was on Donald Trump's mind in the middle of the night as he's up at 1 a.m. Sharing things on Truth Social. And he's spending it attacking people, not trying to fix anything or make anything better, but launching personal attacks at somebody he felt had wronged him.